The comic books evolved out of one of the film projects, and that was a movie called Hero Tomorrow. And it really, the story of Hero Tomorrow is about a guy who has an idea for a superhero. He can't get it published. Then his girlfriend makes him a costume of his own character for Halloween, and he kind of goes nuts thinking he's a superhero after that. So my friend Milo Miller, who co-wrote Hero Tomorrow with me, he and I decided that it would be really fun to do the book that was in David's head, I think the character David, and that's Apama, the Undiscovered Animal. If we just take the comic book by itself, we thought it'd be fun to base Apama on more of an everyday kind of person. And you know, again, I'm always a big Spider-Man fan, and I think Peter Parker is a great example of that kind of character, but he's not quite one of us, you know, like I don't know anybody that could come up with anything remotely like a web shooter, like they're that brilliant. Like Peter Parker is extremely brilliant. Ilyia Jarsky, who becomes the Apama, he is not brilliant. I liken him to some of the guys that I used to know growing up. My father had a tire store, and I used to work with them quite a bit. And he's more one of those guys, you know. I mean, blue collar is, you know, maybe a compliment for this guy. I mean, and nothing against anyone who does that kind of work, but this is the kind of guy I wanted for this character. I wanted him to be, you know, the guy who bowls on the weekend, and he basically, his job is driving an ice cream truck. The way our books come together is Milo and I will throw some outlines back and forth at each other. Once we have a script that we really like, we break down the pages and we send that to the artist Benito Gallega, who is in Spain, and he will send us roughs of the pages, and if there's any changes, I'll shoot him notes. So this goes back and forth from, you know, Akron to Spain many times before we get final finished pages from him. Then I do the coloring, and I do all the lettering, and I use Photoshop for the coloring and Adobe Illustrator for the lettering. And then everything's compiled, usually with Acrobat, before it's uploaded to Comixology. So Benito's never been to Cleveland, and one of the things we wanted to make sure is that we really had this authentic Cleveland feel. So I will go around and scout. I'll shoot photos of the city. I'll shoot people that I want him to, you know, make characters based on, and it's really worked out. We've actually talked to locations about giving us permission. The coffee shop, the building where Ilyia lives, is West 65th in Detroit. That's the heart of the Gordon Square Arts District. Going from a feature film to a comic book has been really liberating as a writer, because anything we dream up goes into the page. In film at all, you have to deal with, you know, locations, your budget, of course, actors, it can be great and it can be very, you know, challenging. We've been able to do things in this comic book. You know, in issue 3 we have scenes on the moon, and we have you know, bridges exploding and all this stuff that it's just whatever serves the story goes into it. So it's one of the reasons I think that comics are a much purer medium.